there are two of the ideas. Okay. Yes, sir.
Hello, my voice is gone, but my name is Mike. I met you back in 2006. You were a guest on a talk show in Hamden. Spoke really well. Back then, I was just a camera boy. I was working my way up to get my own local talk show. And I talked to you after the show, and you were really telling me about my dreams. I want to be the next big successful talk show host. And I asked you when I have my show, would you be a guest or can I get an interview? And you said if you run again, you'll take the time and do an interview. And I see the opportunity presents itself. I want to know just 10 minutes after you're done if I could get a good interview. Yeah, you guys. Just because, I know you're a man of your words. So that's just one thing. And second thing is, this is my second question. What are your plans to close the education achievement gaps between the urban and suburban schools? Because I am a former student at New Haven Public Schools. I know that's always been the issue, still been the issue. So I just want to know your plans.
Yeah, sure. Number one, you got to go on my website. Because we got about 17 pages of proposed, or comments and proposed policies. I'm very supportive of charter schools as one way to learn lessons and incorporate lessons, as well as have great schools in communities. I sponsor 2 charter schools in the city of Stamford. I'm an advocate of changed curriculum, particularly for kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade, concentrating on additional time on the specific skill set that we know are causing much of the gap, which is reading skills and math skills. So I think the whole curriculum with respect to the amount of time that those children are spending on those subject matters need to change. I think we should be looking at I have 17 pages there. We should take a look at it. We know what works. We just don't do it. Smaller classrooms in urban environments, additional parental involvement being encouraged, because I think in many cases it's actually violently discouraged. I think family outreach, when you can't get a family involved, you've got to go to the house and get them involved. I mean, there's lots of things that are in that policy. Okay.
So I give you a first offer for the first question after you're done?
First, as long as I get out of here on a schedule, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Otherwise we'll have to schedule. Yes.
Hello, welcome to Mike Nice Talk. We are having an exclusive interview with candidate Dan-Malloy, Democrat. Thank you for taking your time. Like I said, I met you back in 2006, and you're running again, hopefully by November 2010, November 2nd. It's a tough job.
Yeah,
how to do it.
Well, it's great to be with you, and congratulations on your success in having the show. And I think this is great what you're doing. I mean, Connecticut's got some major problems, however, whether it's job growth or replacement housing development or educational policy. We've gone down the wrong road for a long time. I'm running to bring change to the state of Connecticut. And by the way, talking to you and having somebody see this is how I communicate with people.
This real quick, why now you feel like this is the best time for you personally to try to guide Connecticut in the right way?
Well, I've actually done the job. Right. I mean, I ran a $500 million corporation called the City of Stamford. Right. We lowered crime by 63%. We built market rate housing and more affordable housing than anyone else has on a per capita basis. We improved public education. We invested in infrastructure that means it will be able to meet the needs of the future generation. All of the things that Connecticut needs to do, including investing in schools and in transportation infrastructure, I did as a mayor. I'm the only guy running for governor who's actually done the job before.
Are you supportive for the preschool for 4 years?
I did that. I mean, I created a universal pre-kindergarten program in Stamford 11 years ago. And in our education plan, we call for that to be developed in the state of Connecticut. That doesn't mean that we pay for every child. What it means is that no child, my definition, no child should be denied early childhood education because of their parents' financial circumstances. So that's the program I want to bring to the state of Connecticut.
I know you talked in there briefly, but for my viewers, and I'm a college student, and I know you touched on that a little bit, but what are your plans to, making college cheaper for students and more affordable for students like me and other
well, as I said in the other room, and I hope some of this is getting picked up, but what I said in the other room is that we have 12 community colleges, and I want 4 of those community colleges to move rapidly toward the ability to grant 4-year baccalaureate degrees on the same platform and cost that they're currently giving credits on the associate's level. So that's part of the answer. We have to have a different way to deliver the same service that is more compatible with people's lifestyles who are getting their education at community colleges at that cost structure.
Right.
So that's just one of the plans that I have.
New Haven is fastly becoming a more senior citizen, as you can see. What are your plans for them and for, programs or just homes for senior citizens in New Haven?
Well, I want to be very clear that we have about 70 pages of policy and a number of policy groupings on our website. So if someone has access to a computer, either in their home or at the library, they can read a lot of what we say. It's about 70 pages and very detailed, unlike what anyone has ever done before. But when it comes to seniors, whether it's property tax relief, additional funding for health care and continuum of care, or relief indirectly on taxes, because I want to return the state to being funding education on average with the rest of the 50 states, because we're now funding state dollars to local government to pay for local education at 17% than the national average. All of that grew up over the last 20 years. That's putting seniors who want to remain in communities at great risk and under great difficulty. Those are just a few of the things that we talk about. People got to go to dan-malloy.com.
All right. I know you're a busy guy. 2 more questions. Can you please name 2 or 3 concrete things that you promise to do when elected being governor of the state of Connecticut? What are things that?
Well, undoubtedly, I'm going to have to talk to you again.
Yes. You have to come on the show. That's one. But what's one concrete thing that you could promise?
We're going to lower electric rates. We're going to find a way to lower electric rates because if we don't, in a country that's going to see a level of reindustrialization that we would not have imagined possible 5 years ago, it will pass our state by, because we're paying a 76% premium on the cost of electricity right now. There's no reason to be doing manufacturing here except that you're historically here. I've got to change that. I'm going to change it. It's one of the prime things that I have to do. Investment in infrastructure, particularly in urban areas, and transportation is also a thing that I care very deeply about. And then improving education, both pre-kindergarten right through 12th grade, right through college, is another area that will get my personal concentration. And then finally, the integration of healthcare so that it's more widely available, insurance programs and public health more widely available than currently, and we have to integrate the federal program within our own state program.
Back in 2000,
last one, I gotta go.
Last one, I know. Thank you for taking your time again. 2006, you ran, you fell a little bit short. What do you think is the difference between that outcome and this outcome? What are you thinking?
Well, I fell short in the primary. I lost by 1.5%. I won this primary by 16%. We're going to win this election. That's the difference. I'm a better candidate. You get a few years older. Issues change. People are concentrating on jobs. I've repositioned the city of Stamford as mayor from an old industrial city to a financial capital of the world. It's something I want to do for Connecticut. Great to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Best of luck.
All right. Thank you. Okay, where are we going?
Okay.
All right.
You did well.
There you have it. That was my exclusive interview with dan-malloy, Democrat candidate for Connecticut. Hopefully he makes the spot. And for those out there who was ambiguous about their decision on who should be the next governor of Connecticut, well, I hope that interview helped you persuade your decision a little bit more. Till next time, Mike Nice, signing out.